we will start from verse 22, but before that I will just give you a small understanding of what Vidura is doing at this given moment in time. So Vidura has gone over there after doing his journey all over India, wherever. That is the Bharatvarsh in the olden times. And after finishing his journey, he is come back to Hastinapur. In Hastinapur, he is welcomed by everybody. And after that, everybody asks him about his journey. But the main motivation for him to come over there was to give advice to his elder brother. His elder brother is Dhritarashtra, if you know the story very well. Now, he has met his guru. Who has met his guru? Vidura. So, Maitreya Muni is this guru. He has met his guru. The guru has given him lessons. He has got enlightened. Naturally, he is going to get enlightened because he is Yamdev himself. If you know that story, I have already given you the story. He is Yamdeva himself who has come on this earth. And because he is Yamdeva, he knows the way of life, the just way of life. That is, he is the one who rules whatever the good and the bad effects that are there in your life. And wherever you are supposed to go after death, he is the one who directs you to that place. So naturally, his knowledge is far more superior than any average person's knowledge. And here he is guru, acting as a guru of his own brother. So his words have tremendous amount of impact. Now, these words have been kept over here so that you get an understanding of life, how it has to be led. See, normally what happens is we lead life the way we feel like. Human beings have this habit of doing whatever they feel like. Life is not like that. There is a conformity, there is a way of life. We all have to live according to the way of life. And there are different paths open for us at different age and time. Now, this age is also mentioned, the time is also mentioned, like we have the different ashramas, as we say. We have Balashram, Grahastha Ashram, Vanaprastha and Sannyasa Ashram. These are the 4 ashramas that are mentioned in the scriptures. And you are supposed to live a very dharmic life. Now, when we think of dharma, this dharma has very great significance. The reason for its significance is, if you do not act according to dharma, then there is a lot of karmic debt that you will accumulate. Let us say a simple example. A guru says to the disciple, do this. He says very simply, fetch me a glass of water. Now, when that is being said, the understanding is the guru already has so many bottles of water near him. Why should he order one glass of water from me? I am a very busy person. I have got other things to do. That is not the criteria. There is a way and a method. And the way and the method has to be followed accordingly. So if there is an instruction, lift your bow and arrow and shoot. Arjuna can't say, there are so many people over there, they will die and their wives will become, widows and this and that. You can't say those words. Please remember this. As a human being, you can say a lot of things because you don't have a guru in your life. If you don't have a guru, then you are free to, you're like a free dog, You can do whatever you feel like. You can roam on the roadside like. It's like a pariah. But when you have a guru in your life, naturally there is a way of behavior. And the behavior starts with that individual. Now, there are many types of individuals. There are those ones who are at a very low level, extremely low level. Their understanding is limited. Then there are some people who have slightly better understanding. Then there are more who are understanding. And then there are intelligent ones. And then there are the devotees. So all this we have to take into account. Now here in this case, imagine Vidura, who is the brother of Dhritarashtra. He has done a great sacrifice in his life. There was Pandu, Dhritarashtra and Vidura. Who do you think is more qualified to be the king? Vidura, simply because he has more knowledge and understanding. Alright? Dhritarashtra was a blind fellow, absolutely blind. And Pandu was locked in his own world. See, you understand that. So naturally the rule should have been done by Vidura. So he has done great sacrifices. It is important that you have to understand this genesis of all these things. So now we are going to listen to the words of Vidura, who is a great sage by himself. So today we are starting Srimad Bhagavatam, canto 1, chapter 13, verse 22. You have been blind from your very birth, and recently you have become hard of hearing. Your memory is shortened and your intelligence is disturbed. Your teeth are loose, your liver is defective, and you are coughing up mucus. So now I want you to think about this verse very carefully. This is Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam is a Puran. It's a story. Now in the story there are lots of lessons. This is a lesson being given by Vidura to his elder brother. You see, when there is a guru, now naturally all the people over here that are there right in front of Vidura, who is the eldest amongst them? Dhritarashtra and Vidura. But Dhritarashtra is incapable because all his children are dead and so many things have happened in his life. But in case of Vidur, he is the wise one. So he is the teacher. He is the guru. Now gurus don't talk straight language. They never speak straight. They always use words which are very, very harsh to hear. As an average human being, if you say some harsh word to your spouse or to your children, they are going to take it very, very badly, isn't it? But when the guru reprimands you or when he says some words to you, that is actually a blessing. And you have to listen to those words. If you have an ego and if you don't listen, then you are thinking of that guru as some ordinary person. If it hurts you and if you are going to feel bad about it, then you are not worthy of being his disciple at all. In the last week, you heard me give fire and brimstones. Lots of you might have felt hurt about it. Today's lessons are equally like that. If you think you can't take it, you can drop off. I have no issues. This is a very, very critical lesson for everybody to understand. The Guru talks very hard language. It's a very, very tough language. First and foremost, What is he telling Dhritarashtra? Imagine if there is an old man and you tell the old man, you are an old man, your teeth are gone, your this is happening, your that is happening. Do you know how that old man is going to feel? Terrible. Their ego is far greater. They feel that age is what has given them more, experience and knowledge. Especially when I have youngsters in front of me who are in the age group of 20, 30 and all, I can let them go if their ego comes in the way. But if you are 30 and above, if you are 40 and 50 and 60 and 70, and if your ego comes in the way, if you are being told something, then you are not worthy of having a guru in your life. Please understand this. That means your ego is talking. You are never going to learn anything. You will still die the same person and you will keep on meeting the same person over and over and over again till the lesson doesn't become fructified in you. So he is saying, see, you are a blind man since birth. To tell a blind man he is blind. To tell a black he is black. To tell somebody right on their face that you are like this. You are such an ugly looking person. You are a worthless character. How does that sound? Sounds very bad, isn't it? So he is directly telling him, you are an old man. You have been blind from your birth. And recently you can't even hear. You are a deaf person. You are blind, you are deaf. Okay? Your memory is shortened. Imagine, your intelligence is gone for a sixer. That means there is no intelligence also left in your mind because your memory itself is defunct. The memory goes away. Alright? Now, how that happens, there is a very big science behind it. I have explained to you all in a very short way in the Way of Life program. The memory is corrupted. I want you to think of a stainless steel item. And if it is lying over there for many years, even if it is steel, does it get corrupted with rust or no? So in your brain there are cells of memory. And these get clouded by acids. They get covered. And this kind of, like you have plaque in your teeth, plaque, what is plaque in your teeth? You remove it now like this. So imagine that's a kind of a plaque in the brain. And as you progress in your life and if you don't use your brain, it's like if you don't brush your teeth, the plaque will keep on gathering, isn't it? In a similar manner, if you are a person, even in your 30s and 40s and 50s and you are not even using your brain one bit, very soon you will end up becoming a person whose brain does stop functioning. Why is it that people get Alzheimer's and all these kind of diseases? Why is dementia? I hope you get the point. If you do not read, if you do not write, if you do not do all these activities, if your brain is of no use, you are not gathering new information, you are not exercising your brain continuously, you are going to get it. So here, Dhritarashtra has been just sitting in one place. His eyes are not working, remember. His ears have also become deaf now. And his memory is failing. His memory is completely gone, like kind of. So he says, you have become completely like a vegetable. And your intelligence is disturbed. You can't think intelligently anything. Your teeth are loose. You see, today youngsters don't have teeth also. Why? Because they have not taken care of their teeth. How many people go to the dentist quite often? See, once in a year you visit the dentist because you have become so careless in your way of living that you don't care for your teeth at all. So by the time you are 40, you would have replaced at least 4 teeth of yours. And by the time you are 60, you must have replaced half your dentures. At least some way up and down, most of it is replaced. And by the time you are 70, I think most of you are having artificial teeth. And that is how you are. So please remember one thing, you have to take care of everything. So he is telling you, your teeth are also gone. You can't eat also properly. And you are coughing up mucus. You know how people in the old age are, the whole sound system is all corrupt inside. So they are coughing up mucus most of the time. Alas, how powerful are the hopes of living beings to continue his life. Verily, you are living just like a household dog and eating remnants of food given by Bhima. I mean, imagine being called like that. You are just a dog. An old man is being told this. Now, imagine if Bhima says these words, how bad it will sound. But it is the Guru. It is Vidura who is giving him a peace of mind and saying, see, look at you. You are like a dog who is living on somebody else's expenses. Bhima, who is in charge of the kitchen. You know why he is in charge of the kitchen, no? He loves to eat. See, everything he will have to taste a little bit, no? In our case, we will taste one spoonful, he will taste one big bowlful. So he is in charge of the kitchen and Bhima has to give food to everybody. Even in the last year of his life, if you recollect, he was managing the kitchen, right? In the Agyatwas. So Vidura says to him, what is this? You are so much bothered about living your life. You know, by the time a person comes to the age of 50 and 60, he sits with a pile of medicines. Longevity of life. He wants to live for long. By the time he is 60, he is having 100 diseases, you see. The person doesn't even understand. First and foremost, they can't run, they can't walk properly, their knees are hurting, their brain is hurting, everything is hurting. See, their elbows, their neck spondylitis, their eyes are not good, their teeth have fallen, they are wheezing constantly, they hear, what are you saying? They are doing like this, they will put one hearing device. Their hair is falling, most of them have become bald. You see the whole point of it? They have become flabby. They don't have any muscle structure anywhere. Now I am saying muscle structure for what reason, you know? Do you remember this is the same person? Dhritarashtra is the same person who went and crushed Bhima's statue into bits. So how much of strength that man must be having even if he is blind. And today his muscles are not functioning at all. His legs are not giving him the support. His hands also will be shaking. His talk is also going to be like that. And yet, after all this nonsense also, the person still wants to live. They want to make trouble for all other people. You see, when you become old, you require at least 2-3 people around you. A few days ago, there was one friend of Rajma. She was not answering her phone. And naturally, when somebody doesn't answer the phone or doesn't reply back, you really feel bad about it, isn't it? So I told Rajma, you don't know her conditions. You don't know that woman's condition. You always think that that person is rich, that person has got money, that person has this, that person has that, must be having 10 servants, has this, has that, kind of thought process that a person has. I said, please don't say anything about her because you don't know her condition. Don't jump to conclusions. Finally, the woman called back. And the way she spoke, after hearing her, anybody will feel sad for her. From morning to night, she is only serving everybody around her. Having an old father who is in the bed for many, many years now, all his things have to be managed. Imagine him to be taken to the hospital. He doesn't know, he doesn't walk. Okay? Food doesn't go inside properly. He has to do poop even in the bed only. I mean, imagine all these circumstances. Old mother, autistic children rather. I mean, imagine all that. And then on top of it, you have to manage the entire huge household. This woman is pitiable. Husband also may not live with her. Husband is not with her. He is gone somewhere abroad. When you have such kind of a condition, how do you understand what it is with life? So we have to be very considerate with people. As a human being, your job is to be more considerate. As a guru, I will tear you apart. You don't have that right. Do you remember this? The words of the guru are very harsh because he is not interested in pandering to your ego. So he says right on his face. In Hindi we say, tukde todna. Like you take one roti, one chapati and you break little bits of it and then you have to eat. What? You are living in somebody else's house and you are eating that fellow's food. You are like a dog in that house. These are real harsh words. So understand one thing. Life is not so easy. And by the time you are at 60, 70 and 80, you don't have any right to be over there and be a pain for somebody else. See, you are already a burden on the society. So what is he telling this man? He is telling this man, you are such a big burden on this family. Why are you just staying over here? And what is this desire for life? I want to do this, I want to travel, I want to go to this place, I want to eat this ice cream, I want to, the old people, all the by the 60, 70, 80, they still have that desire. Last day of their life also they will say, oh, I wish I would have had that, some nonsense that they wanted in their life. Bucket list they call it. Idiots. So these people have bucket lists. Sir, your desire to keep on living is too much. Look at that Steve Jobs fellow also. How much desire was there to live? Look at all those fellows on Twitter and all these places. 60-year-old is looking like a 40-year-old. You see that how many updates are there? You will find that there are 60-year-old people who are lifting weights and doing all kinds of things. How to be in your 20s? Sir, live like your age, okay? Don't try to become like those youngsters over there. First and foremost, imagine you having a 20-year-old girlfriend and you are some 60-year-old or 70-year-old. You can't match up with that girl, okay? She has too many extracurricular activities which you can't do. All these actors and all, when they do that, it's a painful thing to actually see. So, he says you are like a household dog. It's a very derogatory term. And you are eating the remnants of the food given by Bhima. Unke tukdo par pal rahe ho. I still feel that, the desire for living is so high in these people that even at 60 and 70 they want to keep on working. Okay, I want to work, I want to earn money, I want to make my millions, I want to do this. What is this I want to, I want to, I want to? Give up your life, give up your life. Relax, go to jungles. No, there is no need to live a degraded life and subsist on charity of those whom have tried to kill by arson and poisoning. You also insulted one of their wives and usurped their kingdom and wealth. And imagine this is what he has done in his life. When Draupadi was being disrobed, he was a part of that gang. He may not have seen, but in his mind he would have thought of her something else, isn't it? You know, in yesterday's day, one flight had taken off and one lady, I think she's a military or something like that. She removed all her clothes. All. She became totally naked in the flight. And she kept on parading up and down the flight. For 25 or 35 minutes, nobody did anything to her. I want you to think, even a boy of 5 years, 10 years or 12 years, what he would have been thinking of. This was a young woman and she was parading up and down. Please understand, human beings have this dirty tendency. They will not leave anyone, including their own mothers also. They are so bad. So here, Dhritarashtra is kind of a daughter-in-law, isn't it? Even he might be blind, but blind doesn't stop his mind working, isn't it? So the mind was working, he has done enough sins. Then he has tried to burn these people down in their house, Lakshagraha. He was a part of that. He tried to poison them. He insulted their wives, took away their kingdom and wealth. And now he is living on them? I mean, just imagine this. Think about it like this. You have derided your own son, your daughter, maybe your son-in-law or whoever, and on top of it you are still living in their house. At the time of wedding, they might have said whatever dirty words that they want to. You know, there are lots of families in this world. The girl and the boy gets married. The parents don't approve of it. And the same parent will tomorrow live in their house. See, living in somebody else's house is not good. Okay? There is a saying, I don't recollect the saying that much. First day you are a guest in somebody's house. Second day you are something else, like you have taken it for granted. The third day you have lost your mind only if you continue staying in somebody's house. Even if as a guest you should never stay in that person's house. So as an in-law or whoever you are, you can't be doing this at all. Or even a father or a mother. See, today's children, they feel that obligation. I don't know, idiots live in this world. They think that, I am obliged for something. I am obliged to keep my parents in my house, or the parents are obliged. The parents think it is their duty, the children's duty to keep them in the house. Sorry boss, who told you that? Here Vidura is giving one straight away lesson. No, don't stay in somebody's house. Every family is independent. Okay? You have to build your own house. You have to stay in your own house. And don't bring your parents and grandparents and all these people in your house. They are worthless people. And if you are staying in their house, you are a worthless person. See, understand this one thing very clearly. you have to be independent and you have to not take that much amount of charity from people. There is no need to live a degraded life and subsist on charity whom you have tried to kill. So if Vidura is telling Dhritarashtra this, it's an insulting language, isn't it? Don't you think it should hurt the person very badly? And the Guru's ways of talking is exactly like this. He doesn't leave any stone unturned. You see, he will go and give one piece of mind. That. You may not like it, but that is because the truth is bitter. Many a time people don't understand the truth in what they say because you are lost in your own mind. By the time you know how this whole system works, there are 4 ashramas in life. Okay? In the first ashrama, you are supposed to only study, imbibe knowledge. First ashrama. That is why it is Balashram. In the second ashramam, which is 0 to 20 years or 0 to 25, take that much. The second ashramam starts at 20, wherein you may start earning money. You start earning money. You go out and eke your living. Okay? And then you want to get married. Then you want to settle down. Let us say you are getting married at 23, 24 or 25 or whatever the age that you are in. Up to the age of 40, maximum 45. Max 45. You can earn your living. You can build a family. Okay? You can have all marital relationships also. Everything is allowed because that is Dharma Shastra. But after you have crossed the age of 40, 45 or so, all this has to drop down to become 0. Now it is a giving up phase. First and foremost, work. You only work for that much amount of money which can subsist you. That's it. Not more than that. Your time of trying to earn millions and billions is finished, gone, dead. Secondly, your children should have already been born and they are going to their school and maybe going to college also. Doesn't matter. You might have gathered some money then. Okay, give it to them and feed them and do whatever that is and then throw them out of your house. You don't please keep your children with you. They are supposed to go and find their own way of life. The thing which is valid for you 0 to 20, 20 to 40 or 0 to 25, 25 to 50 is valid for them also. Don't you understand that? It is valid for them also. So make them independent. Don't keep on feeding them with their money and things like that. No. Vanaprastha means giving up all these things. There is no need for you to gather money. Do you know what our people do? They are so much interested in their lives. First, they will go for insurance. Insurance means what? You are actually interested in a long life, isn't it? And you want to ensure that if you die, by chance, by chance, do you really want death? No. But by chance, if I die, there should be money around. For what? You are dead and gone, boss. Who gives a damn whether you are dead and gone? You are like a fish in water. If the fish is caught, is the fish supposed to bother about the children and everybody over there? If there is an apple over there, we have plucked the apple. Is the apple supposed to bother? Oh my God, my son over there, my daughter over there. Is that how apple will talk? Understand this. So that is why it is not important to bother so much. I want retirement benefits. What retirement benefits are you talking about? Whatever that between 20 to 40 or 20 to 45, whatever you are supposed to do, you should have done and finished off with it. Give up this kind of a living where you are dependent. Oh, tomorrow's food, where will it come from? Why are you bothered? The Dharma Shastra says this, and between this 40 to 60 or 45 to 65 or 70, at least you have to give up on your life. Remove all the attachments of yours. And by the time you are 60, 65 or 70, you are supposed to be a sannyasa ashram. Now I will ask you all the question. Most of you are in your 30s and 40s. What are your parents doing, by the way? From any angle, do they look like sannyasis? They want to live their life. I want to enjoy, I want to travel, I want to do this, I want to do that. Oh, they want to do like a 20-year-old. I mean, they should be ashamed of themselves. If somebody says at the age of 60 and 65, I want to achieve this and I want to achieve that, that person should be shot dead. As per the Dharma Shastra, because he should have given up on his life and done what is called as a sannyasa ashram, totally giving up. See, there are certain people who have been given the choice of teaching people the Dharma Shastras. They can teach Dharma Shastras. Okay. And we have some professors in some Harvards of this world. They are doddering old fools at the age of 65 and 70. They are still teaching people what? Sir, you should have gone, stayed in some house, in some forest somewhere and just kept on, pottering around, putting plants and things in place. And at this age, you are trying to be with all these young girls and boys. Shame on you. See, this is what our Shastras are telling you. We are not supposed to be doing what we feel like. So in your next life, you know what is going to happen, no? Your life is going to get shortened. And in that 20 years which you are supposed to have given towards sannyasa ashram will start at 40 only. Then what are you going to do? So there is always a kickback. Please understand this. It is not that you are going to go free and do whatever you feel like. It doesn't work like that. So, the next verse. This is verse 25. Despite your unwillingness to die and your desire to live even at the cost of honor and prestige, your miserly body will certainly dwindle and deteriorate like an old garment. These words will sound very harsh. Try telling them to your father and mothers. Quote these verses. This is there in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Despite your unwillingness to die and your desire to live, even at the cost of honor and prestige. What is this honor and prestige you are talking about? You are a foolish old person. What prestige are you talking about? Mere ghar ki shaan hai. My family is like this. Who gives a damn to your family? Vidura is telling, what prestige are you talking about, sir? You are a nincompoop. You are a useless person. You are a piece of junk. Despite your unwillingness to die, he is asking them a direct question. Why are you not dying? You see, you may say death is not in their hands. Yes, death is in everybody's hand. Their job is to give up their life. Give it up. But no, I want to continue to live. I am a blind person, I am a deaf person, I am a toothless person, I am this and that. But I still want to live. I still want to eat good food. That is not correct. Despite your unwillingness to die and your desire to live even at the cost of honor and prestige, your miserly body will certainly dwindle and deteriorate like an old garment. Your body is going to have hundreds of diseases. If you have parents who are above 60 and 70, they deserve to have those diseases. Like I deserve to have this. If I have an old person beyond 60, I better deserve it because it is important. That is how life is. So, it will dwindle and deteriorate. The body's actions go down, 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 down. Accepting it is very, very important. See, if I was Parshuram, then I would have lived for billion years now. Okay? Then this body will stay permanently like this. Dattatreya, Parshuram, okay, Hanumanji. But we are not that, those kind of people. Ordinary folks, ordinary bodies, they will all deteriorate. So he says, next verse 26, he is called undisturbed, who goes to an unknown remote place and freed from all obligation, quits his material body when it has become useless. Only that person who will not even bother telling where he is going and what he is doing. Somebody who is above 60, 65, 70, 75 and all, they should leave the place. And they should go to a place where nobody knows where they are. No cell phones, no communication, no Aadhaar card, nothing. You can't be having any form of identification. You can go to some remote place and live free from all obligations. Don't go over there and thinking, oh, my house, that somebody came and took it away, that money that was there. Oh, somebody has taken this money. I have to get my rentals for my, house that I have given on rent. What? How many people over here have houses given on rent? Shame on those people. I'm telling you, in your next life, you will have no houses also. You will be staying on the streets. And some people have some 3 houses, 4 houses, 5 houses stacked together. Oh, I am getting rentals from there. What rentals are you talking about? No, you are not allowed to do that. You should go undisturbed to an unknown place, free from all obligations. And then go over there, take the name of God, stay there. And then give away this material body of yours before it becomes useless. See, you are anyway useless. If you think your parents are of any use who are around 60, 70 and 80, then you are mistaken. Hey, as a youngster, you may be thinking, Sala property mil jayega unka. I mean, you are bothered about their property. Otherwise, the rest of it you should not be bothered about. But you are also going to carry the same legacy. Please remember this. So, no. But these old fellows, they are least interested. Even at 80 and 90 also, they want to continue living. The amount of pain that an 80-year-old or a 70-year-old is giving to somebody, he'll make it 10x and give next time. Don't worry. Because if you are a person who is troubling everybody, you deserve to be troubled next life of yours. He is certainly a first-class man who awakens and understands either for himself, by himself or from others, the falsity and the misery of the material world, and thus leaves home and depends fully on the personality of Godhead residing in the heart. Here is a very clear understanding which Vidura is giving, and this is for all material worldly people. Who is the first class man? Who is the best man in the world? One who has awakened, one who understands, yes, my time is up. I cannot be living in this world and enjoying all fancy stuff. You see all those 60-year-olds flying in aircraft. Oh, cheers to you, having young girls next to them and saying, how I made my millions, how I made my billions. Don't worry. These people, I'll put them in a country next time, where billions and millions, forget about it. Minus billions and minus millions. They'll be eating from the dirt from the roadside. That is how destiny works. They don't understand this. I will show you how to make your billions. I am 65 years old. I am 70 years old. I eat burgers, McDonald's burgers. Sir, don't worry. The burger will eat you next time. You will be inside the burger. Because you will be the pig inside that burger. That's how it's going to be. Destiny is always like that. And Vidura is talking. You know who Vidura is, no or no? Or you haven't understood who is Vidura? He's Yamdev. He's giving a heads up now only. Chalo bhai, sun lo. Listen to me, what I'm telling you. So only the person who understands and awakens, if he listens from other people means the gurus and all that, if he listens to what they are saying, and he awakens himself, he gets awake, and he understands the falsity of this life. This life is useless. This whole life is a fake. You have put in so many years of hard work. What has life given you? Tell me. You should ask this question to your parents. What have you achieved in that 60, 70 years of your life? They are nincompoop people. Nothing they have achieved. What is it that you got to achieve is written here. This misery of this world is what you are suffering constantly. Constantly you are suffering. You are a young person. Maybe you are in your 30s and 40s and 50s or whatever. Have you seen your parents by any chance? And your grandparents? Not a single day of their life they have been happy. First and foremost, they will get up in the morning with castor oil face. You know what a castor oil face is, no? They get up like this. They don't talk. They don't have laughter in the house. They don't have fun anywhere in their house. They are always thinking money, 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 money. They are only thinking money, money, money. They are only thinking, I have to pay these taxes. I have to pay for my insurance. I have to do this. I have to do that. I wanted to buy this phone. I don't even have the money. I have to pay my EMIs. Next month I can't pay this thing because what, my EMI has to be paid. How many of you have actually seen this happen? There is a fee to be paid. Let us think about to the school. Will you say, I will not pay the fee? Just because you have to pay for your EMI? I'm asking you this question. Think about it. Your children's fees you are going to pay or no? Right? Or no? You see, when fees have to be paid, yeah, my children's fees have to be paid. Otherwise, they will get thrown out of school. I will borrow for the EMI. Why is it like that? You see, you prioritize your life like this. Don't. Always see the order. The order is always like this. Please remember this order. First, the first payment is always to God. Did you understand? Not first payment to your children or your husband or your wife or your family and all. No. First payment is to Sri Krishna. Because he depends fully on the personality of Godhead residing within his heart. This is the line. The first payment is always to God. If you have said something to him, I will do this for you this month. I will celebrate you in this month. Give it. First thing first. When the moment you get your salary or whatever. Second thing, you have to find something which you are going to Keep it for charitable purposes, whatever the charity is. Little amount of money for the world. The third is towards your family. It could be your food, it could be your fees, it could be anything. Finally, whatever is left behind is your saving. It should not exceed more than 10% or 20%, not more than 10%. Put it aside for savings. If you cannot live like this, then your life is worthless. Now I want to ask you the same question. Has your parent done anything like this? Have you ever seen your parents even remove this much amount of money for God? They owe it to Krishna. You don't understand this. Krishna is going to take it away in their next life of theirs. Whatever that they owe, if you don't pay, it is always 10x, no? 10x means what? You give 1 rupee, he will give you 10 rupees. But you have not given him 1 rupee, so you will not get 10x, no? What is due to you next life, that 10x will be minused. Nobody understands this, especially all the old fellows. So he says, you have to leave home. Get away from this misery and the falsity of life. My daughter, my son, my this, my that. And the children, today's children, oh, my father is like this, my mother is like this. What kind of people are you? What father, mother are you talking about? And what children are these elderly fellows talking about? Nobody belongs to anybody, please. You are a unit family. You owe it only to your own family, not to somebody else. Yeah, if you have something left, give it to them. See, this is Vidura's words. Okay? And this is by itself a dharma. Some people distort this by saying, no, in the Vedas it is written you are supposed to look after your father and mother. Sorry, boss. You think Elon Musk's son is going to look after Elon Musk, huh? Allah. No. He is not even going to look after. He will become somebody completely different. So don't bother your head about these kind of things. You have to know and follow what is right. So what this man is supposed to do? He has to give up this misery and falsity of the material world and thus leave home and depend fully on God. Don't depend on, oh, I have got savings in my bank account. I will take out every month, certain amount of money for my food. No. Your job is to go to the jungles, stay wherever you want to. You may say, how can I do that? How many homeless people have you seen in your life? Have you seen or no? Are they living or are they dead? Homeless people also get food to eat. Nobody says they can't. Got it? So the idea is this. Giving up, depending completely on Sri Krishna himself, who lives in the heart. So these are very important teachings of Vidura that we have learned today. So we have done till verse 27. We will stop over here.